Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another day here at Bronie's desk. And today, my special guest was unable to attend. And so I asked several other people, and they are all booked up. So you have Bronie today. I thought I would share with you a little bit on a topic that I often get asked about, and that is sleep. Now, I'm not saying I'm the expert on this or anything like that, so we will have a bit of a round table discussion on it shortly, but I just wanted to share a few pointers and a few things that I personally do myself. So if you give, I was going to share my screen, but it makes it a little harder for me to read, so I won't do that. So sleep, the critical importance of sleep for health and wellness. And this, people underestimate how important sleep is. In today's fast-paced world, a lot of people are just not getting the sleep they need, and it's become a bit of some find it a luxury. Sleep's a luxury that they can't afford to have, and I'm thinking that's really silly, because the research is constantly showing that quality sleep is not an option. It's not optional. It's essential for our physical, mental, and emotional well-being. It affects our, irritability, makes you irritable. Our cognitive impairment and memory lapses and losses are affected. It impairs moral judgment. Can you imagine, the number of car accidents is a classic example, is often related to people being tired, being sleepy. So their judgment is impaired. And, you're yawning all the time. Well, yawning can be also affected, is a sign that you're not getting enough oxygen to your brain. And so by yawning, you're taking that in. And if you're not getting enough oxygen to your brain, of course, that's going to affect your sleep. It also has been linked with ADHD. It increases the heart rate vulnerability risk, so you're at risk of heart diseases. It also increases your reaction time, which is what I was saying, with not just with driving, but even with when people ask you questions and things. And I'll admit there are times when Ben asks us questions on this program and the answer doesn't come real quick, and I can usually link it to the night before I have had interrupted sleep. So there is something in it. But anyway, it decreases your accuracy. It can cause aches and pains, and it actually has an effect on our immune system. So because we need sleep for our immune system to repair itself, because it does these things whilst we're sleeping. And did you know it also has an effect on diabetes type 2? It's a risk of getting that. So, sleep is far more important than most people realize. There are many other things. It's a risk of obesity, it decreases temperature, and a lot of other things. So some alarming statistics. According to recent studies, approximately 70 million Americans, and Australians be no different, so a large percentage, suffer from chronic sleep problems. 1 in 3 adults doesn't get enough sleep on a regular basis. I guarantee there's probably more than 1 in 3. These statistics highlight a growing public health concern that affects productivity, safety, and overall health. So health impacts of poor sleep. So we sort of kind of went through that and that sort of stuff. So natural sleep support solutions. What can we support sleep with? Well, here in longevity, not here in Australia, but in New Zealand, but in the US, they actually have put together a sleep package that really helps. And so I was looking at that and seeing what we had in equivalent here. So we all know how important magnesium and calcium is, and they have a magnesium calcium one in the package. So, but here down under, we've just got recently the calcium magnesium shake now drink. It's so I thought, you know, this is pretty good to have as a drink, say, before a couple of hours before sleep, and it has a nice orange flavor. That's one thing we don't have, because you know, the magnesium and the calcium you should always have together, and magnesium is actually helps to give you a relaxed quality sleep, and that's the importance of it. They also had in that package HGH, well, which is amino acid blend, but we don't have that per se, but we could work on a few other things with that. But anyway, to combat that, and you know, sleep also is a bit of a gut issue. So don't forget our I-26 to help your gut. And the benefits, though, of a good night's sleep: it enhances memory and learning and all that, and cognitive things. It improves the immune system. It better emotional regulation and mental health. Oh gosh, see, no sleep really affects the mental health. It increases your energy and productivity and optimal physical recovery and repair. Plus, it helps to balance the hormone, and which I find very interesting, that people don't associate a lot of the health issues with poor sleep. Now, what does Bronie do? Because, like I said, we don't have that sleep packaged here down under. And like I said, we've got this is just new. I don't know if you see it real well. The CalMag 100. That's really new here down under. It's not new to longevity. It's just new here down under. We've only got it recently. But what I like to do, and because it's winter time here, is I like to use, this is my sleep pattern, our hot chocolate, our amazing Beyond hot chocolate, which is full of a lot of goodness. Now, guys, if you have allergies, please make sure you check on that, because this has some mushrooms in it as well. But I have this, and I mix it with our Osteo, which has Osteo FX, which has a magnesium in it, right? So I mix those together. And because I have the liquid as well in the Osteo, I actually put a little bit of both in, because the extra magnesium is going to help with sleep. It's particularly, I don't know about you, but when I get cramps, it's usually at night, and I know that I haven't got enough magnesium generally, or calcium in my system. So I add these two together mostly. This, for my mother-in-law, I only give her that one and that one. Plus, I add our collagen creamer, right? And it's out of stock at the moment. But I also, and I had heard rumors it may not come back. But anyway, I'm trying to find out for sure. But I add our chocolate, the Cocogenetive Plus, to all this as well. Of course, you know, I'm a chocoholic, and why not get a double shot of choc? That's how I look at it. But anyway, that's what I do to have a good night's sleep. I also have some, I don't add this to the chocolate, I also have some of our Nano Balance to help me get a good night's sleep. And when I remember, I also take some MSM in place of the HGH that they have in that sleep package. Plus, and I don't have any of this on hand at the moment, we do have a really good essential oil called Good Night, and it comes in either the bottles that you dilute yourself, like you add to a diffuser or whatever, or you can get it in the roll-on bottle. So that's what I do to help get a good night's sleep, because I can tell you I don't function really well if I don't get a good night's sleep. And I have a grandson. We had 3 of our grandsons here in their school holidays. And so this is our second grandson. He's 9. And he has always struggled. If he does not get a good night's sleep, he doesn't function well the next day. So it's amazing how he does that. But his 2 younger brothers, sleep doesn't seem to be as important for them, but it is, because our body repairs itself. And for someone who has suffered with fibromyalgia for over 40 years, getting a good night's sleep is important, because I can tell you, until I fixed that issue, I didn't get a good night's sleep, because it didn't matter how you can sleep a long time. That doesn't mean you get a good night's sleep. I could sleep a long time, but it wasn't a good quality sleep. And now that I have a little routine and I'm giving my body what it needs, then I am actually getting a good night's sleep. I'm not maybe getting as many hours as I like, because we are now looking after our 6 months, she's just turned 6 months, our granddaughter, the youngest. So we have her every night. And so we all know what it's like to have a baby in the house. But when I get to sleep, I'm getting a good quality sleep. And the OsteoFX helps with that big time. So if you're having trouble sleeping, if you may not like chocolate, add it to something you do like, have it on its own. But that, I have found, is the key. And I just love to mix it with my hot chocolate, because I think that's great too, because of all the health benefits in that. So with no further ado, guys, I'm going to ask any of you to come and let me know what you think, what tricks you have to give yourself a good quality sleep, or any questions you might have. You can say, Grant, because you can unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted. I had throat cancer a lot in 2011, and I've had a dry throat since then. It wakes me up during the night. But I've recently added daily digest to my resume just before I go to bed, and I've discovered that I've significantly improved my length of sleep. And it doesn't happen every night, but 2 out of 3 nights I'm sleeping right through, which is unusual for me. So I think my sleep was related to a microbiome issue, which makes sense, because I went through chemotherapy as well. And I think that's buggered up my microbiome to a certain extent. I've been using ultimate enzymes for a long time, and that doesn't seem to have the same effect. But certainly there's daily digest, and I've used FX too, but that didn't seem to have much effect. But my daily digest has hit a chord, if you like. It's struck something.
Well, see, that's an important point to make, Grant, because I think we all forget at times that we're all different, and what works for you may not work for me. And so that's what I love about longevity, is we have so many different products, and people say we've got way too many. What do I choose? Well, you've got enough to be able to pick and choose okay, that didn't quite work for me, so maybe there's what I need is not that extra ingredient I need is not in that, but it may be in something else. Or you may have a God forbid, an allergic reaction, like some people can't have coconut, some people can't have certain other things, or can't even have mushrooms. So you've got to then find something that will suit them, that will do the job just as well. And it's possible. So this is why it's important, I believe, in doing the certified holistic health coaching course, because it teaches us all those different things. It's a real learning tool, and it helps you to understand why some things work for some people and why it doesn't work for others, and actually getting to the root cause of people's issues. I mean, clearly the fibromyalgia was my biggest issue, and I had to clean that up. But the medical profession just told me nothing they could do. You just had to live with it. And I knew that couldn't be right. And through research, my own research, and then coming across longevity, it wasn't just that, was our Choreo hydration sticks from that company that got me started. And then when longevity acquired us, that added extra, and the knowledge that Doc Wallach had gave about avoiding certain foods. And I'd never come across that before. I had never thought, people, if they have issues with foods, they usually put it down to, they're allergic to it, but you may not be allergic to it. It's actually
intolerant.
You shouldn't be having it, like things with gluten in it. You shouldn't be having it. These things on the bad list are there for a reason. It's not that you're allergic to it per se. They're things that interrupt and stop people from actually achieving their ultimate health goal. So, but thank you, Grant, for that. Has anyone else got anything they would like to add?
Yeah, hi. Sleep. I do some people think I'm weird, things I do. But
we know you are, but anyway, that's all right. Wait, you're on friends here.
I know that, thank God. But it really is research over many years, and something ticks in your brain when you hear a scientist or somebody talking about a study. And really, at the end of the day, I have no issues with sleep at all every single night. The only time I have a problem is if I fly, obviously, and you're totally disrupted. But the first thing I do at night,
a lot of things, not just your sleep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it's in Australia, it's probably the rest of the world, but we've changed our lighting. So from LED, from ordinary filaments, we've gone to LED, and that blue light. So when you go to somebody's home, I really not suffer, but I usually put my peaked hat on, because I don't always want the light coming down on me before, say, 9 o'clock. And quite honestly, at 9 o'clock, I usually prepare myself for sleep, and 9:30, I'm there and gone. The other issue I had, particularly as I got older, was bladder control. So I get up maybe once a night, I say 3 o'clock, but I've gone through from about 10 o'clock all the way down through to 3 o'clock. I think that's okay. But one of the things I have found is that if you have sea salt, just a little bit of sea salt, a few grains of sea salt under your tongue, what happens is when you're drinking that water before bedtime, that's all absorbs a lot better than if you just drink water straight down, because that's going to go straight in, is not absorbed so much, and therefore it comes out the bladder. So there's more pressure on the bladder. But also, I think you have to train your bladder not to get up.
Exactly.
And really push that.
It's not just training your bladder, it's training your brain. You've got to tell yourself that you can get through the night. But you're right about the blue lights and things. That's something I should have mentioned, is, these things here. Sorry, I've got it plugged in because it's nearly flat. Devices like that, and what do you call them? The tablets and things. You should be avoiding those at least a good 2 hours before you go to bed, because
or you can
does affect your brain.
Yeah, you can put an amber light within that, and also you can get these. They look weird, but not at night time too bad. But these orange glasses, and that takes out the blue light. So if you have to, and I think you're right. With companies, with people that work long hours, and they have to. But they can still do things. They can still do things to make their performance much, much better in the morning. Another one is, you mentioned magnesium. Yeah, it balances out calcium.
Well, that's right. You should never have magnesium without calcium, and that's where our blends are really good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't like that, which, the vanilla flavour, the Cal Mag that we've now got, it's an orange flavour. My husband prefers that one.
Yeah.
This one.
And the other thing I do is taping. I don't know if anybody's heard about this. It's a tape, and I tape my mouth up. And why do you do that? I actually
heard that just recently, and I'm not sure if I'm game to try that.
I tell you what, I had sinuses for years, a decade or more, and I was very skeptical. And I listened to some wonderful doctors, one of which got the Nobel Prize for nitric oxide. And he was saying, when you sleep with your mouth open, you're not getting nitric oxide. Therefore, your blood gets gluey and it doesn't flow as well. And I thought, no, I can't do this. I'll choke and I'll just choke and I'll pass away during the night. But it didn't. And it's amazing how the body clears all the nostrils. And so what I do, and I'm going to show you.
Good.
Because I'm among friends, I can do this. But I put the tape there under my nose, and it's bent over. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. Let me show you a second. But like that, and you go under the chin, and then you just tear it off. There it is. That's taping, and hundreds of thousands of people do it. And then when you want a drink of water, you just pull it down because you've put a little, you bent it over at the end. And then you tape it back up again. So it actually works. And what happens is because you're breathing through the nostrils, it goes through all the cavities of the nostrils and it creates nitric oxide, which then goes into the bloodstream. And, my bloodstream is, I know it's full because I don't have cold feet. There's so many benefits to nitric oxide. Very few people know about it.
Yeah, well, like I said, I saw it recently, but then what I saw was advertising a particular type of tape, but that just looked like ordinary.
Well, this is it's called Next Care. It's made by 3M. I don't know if you can see inside the thing, but that's only cost $3. $3.
Yeah. Well, I have.
It lasts for about a month or so. Yeah. It's Next Care. It's basically a paper tape that doesn't, and it's easy. It doesn't really rip or anything like that. It's a very light tape. But I tell you, when I don't have it, I'm almost panicking when I don't have it because I know I'm not going to get a good night's sleep. That's
how interesting.
That's so crazy. Yeah, it is. Honestly, so it's the reverse of what people think. Yeah, but they're not game to try it. They're not game to try it.
Well, there's another of our hydration sticks that I should have mentioned that is great for helping sleep, which I do have from time to time if I don't feel like chocolate or I run out, is our Soul, which is a mood enhancer. And that, even in winter, makes a really nice warm drink. You just drink it like you would a herbal tea. So that, and I always add Choreo to it because the Choreo, as you all know, is the one that turned my fibromyalgia around, the start of it. And, they go well together because the Soul is a tropical flavour. So the Choreo, well, it has all the benefits of the mangosteen fruit, which they say is the queen of all fruits because Queen Victoria used to have it shipped to her all the time. Anyway, that's a little bit of trivia.
Just the last thing on my protocol for nighttime sleeping. First thing, it works out the first thing in the morning, getting that first light of the sun into your eyes. Again, is very, very important because it actually wakes up everything within your brain, within your body. And that, again, is a lot of science goes to first light when the sun is just coming over the horizon. I know it's difficult for a lot of people when they want to sleep until 9 o'clock or whatever. But if you can get that benefit, even when I'm driving, I keep the windows down so that the light comes through because you can't go through glass. And I take my glasses off all the time. But first light is, I think, again, it helps performance during the day. That's what
I've heard a lot of studies on that as well. And and how damaging wearing sunglasses has done, what the damage has actually done to our eyes, and which.
Well, actually, to our skin as well, because again, this is not quite solid science yet, but I think it's tending that way. When you put sunglasses on, it's telling the brain, oh, it's a cloudy day, and therefore it's not putting all the protection into your skin. And so that's something that a lot of scientists are actually looking at now to say, you know, I think we got it all wrong. We're putting chemicals onto our skin, but what we should be doing is taking the sunglasses off. I've got very strong eyes now. I haven't worn sunglasses for 15 years, and I'm able to look outside without sunglasses, where a lot of people have sunglasses all the time. They've got very weak eyes, and they can't seem to take the sun on a day-to-day basis.
Well, that's right.
I don't think it's good.
I gave up wearing sunglasses about 15 years ago too, for the same reasons.
All right.
Yeah, so there you go. I mean, there are times when you do need them. If you're painting a house or something, and if you're at sea and you've got that glare off the water,
the glare off this water, that's exactly right.
And there are times where it's handy if you're like it's really bright and you get like on the traffic on a particularly sunny day. But 99% of the time, I don't wear them. No. And I just drive without glasses at all. I just drive normally.
See, so sun's important to getting good sleep as well.
And I also put I watch when I'm doing my martial arts thing. I get up early in the morning and I watch the sunrise it's over the water, and that's with open eyes while the sun goes up for two widths of a sun above the water. You can look at it because of the refractive index. You can look at the sun coming out. It has to be over water though, not over a mountain or something. And then I close my eyes. But normally I'm at home and I don't do that, so I have my eyes closed and the sun hits the back of my eyes. And the sun on the back of the eyes is a good thing. I don't wear glasses for that sort of stuff.
There you go. Thank you, guys. That was really very informative, because we all have different tricks and things that we've learnt to help to get better sleeping, because it's, hopefully you've learnt that how important it is. Don't just dismiss it. I've had a couple of people say to me over the recent years, particularly when they're on the other side of the world, and I think, how come you're still awake, And they'll say, oh, well, sleep's overrated. I can do plenty of that when I die. And it's statistically shown as well that those who don't get enough sleep actually die younger. So there is something to it. So
those that get too much sleep die younger too, by the way.
So you've got to get the right balance. You can get too much or you can get not enough. But the most important is to get good quality sleep. And that's what we try to help you to do here, is to get the good quality sleep. And because some people don't need as much sleep as others if it's good quality. Yes.
Nightly essence, I take at night and find that helps too.
Oh, yes. I meant to mention the nightly essence, but I didn't bring that bottle here to remind me.
Nightly essence.
And again, because the nightly essence is helping repair the gut, because our body repairs itself while we sleep. So if we're not getting sleep and we're not getting good quality sleep, our body's not going to repair itself, which is why nightly essence is important. So to take at night, because it helps you sleep. It helps your gut, which is, if you haven't got that, have some I-26 or the microbiome. We have a microbiome one, which also helps you sleep as well. Like I said, we have lots of things, so we can find something to suit everyone to help them sleep, no matter where they are in the world. But what got me onto this track was the sheer fact that we can't get Youngevity's put this great sleep package together for guys in the US, but we can't get it here down under, and that's not a longevity issue. It's our government's here,
our politicians.
Yeah, so that's a political thing. So, Sue, do you have anything you would like to add to our discussion here on sleep?
Well, I am a nocturnal
person. So and also kind of new to longevity. I came over with the group that the YGY Easy Eats was created for. So I'm from the Epicure family.
So you're up in Canada. I'm trying to add you to the spotlight, but I can't because you haven't got your video on.
Oh, here, well, hang on. Let me, there we go. Okay.
Now I'm still trying to find it.
Well, so I'm not from Canada. I'm actually from the Chicagoland area. So Epicure was in the United States as well for the past 3 years I was in it. And so when longevity came along, we are hoping to see the line of the Easy Eats grow. But in the meantime, right, all these wonderful supplements that I'm learning about. I also have fibromyalgia. And so this discussion on sleep, really, I get so much education just joining these calls because I'm seeking to learn. And so I tried the Rise and Restore, and I found the Restore helped a great deal with sleep. And at this
we
time,
can't get that here down under. That's why I didn't mention it.
Well, okay. So, but I tried that for a month. I used that up. And now I am using the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.5. And honestly, I'm sleeping better with that. That's working better for me. So I have found that. And I also, you mentioned the Ultimate Microbiome. I'm using that.
Yeah.
So here they talk a lot about the sleep gummies. I have not tried those yet, but in the States, people really like that.
But some people just like having that something naughty. This sort of kind of gets them around. Oh, I'm having a lolly, but you're kind of having something that's healthy, like the apple cider gummies. We can get those down under, but we can't get the other ones. But like fibromyalgia, like I said, I suffered with it for 40 plus years. Most of that, the doctors just told me I needed a psychiatrist, that it was all in my head. They didn't even know what it was. And the Choreo, that's a hydration stick.
I have it. Yes, I do.
That is, I started with that because we were with Benny and like your company, we were acquired by Longevity. And then when I came into Longevity and listened to Doc, I actually had a one-on-one chat with him and just learning with what he told me, going, and it really made a difference. This was making a huge difference because, with fibromyalgia, you can sleep a long time, but it's not quality sleep. And you wake up feeling like you've been run over by a semi-trailer or a train even. You just,
yes.
And it's an invisible disease. People can't see it. And like my mum, who's, God rest her soul, she's been gone 22 years, but Doc, she was having a massive heart attack and they wouldn't believe her because she looked so well. And I seem to have picked up that same trait as my mum, that people don't realise how unwell I am or have been over the years, because they say, but you always look so well and you always look so happy and you always got a smile on your face. But, it's, some people are like that, but anyway, then other people look very unwell all the time and they reckon they're not. But yeah, so I'm glad that you're here, Sue. I'm glad that you join us every week. I've noticed you popped in and absolutely love it. That's, we love having new people here, especially because most of us are from Australia or New Zealand, and to have people from the other side of the world come and join us, it makes a difference. It makes us feel important, because we sometimes feel like the forgotten family members down here.
Oh no, Sean's always mentioning that he's traveling over there.
Oh yeah, he comes down 3 times a year now. It's something new that they started last year, the year before, but that's good. So I hope that today's been helpful. I'm sorry that my guest couldn't be here today, but we'll have Ben next week as we do, and Richard Ranton the week after that, then Ben again, because we have Ben every second week. And on the last Tuesday or Monday for you guys, for you, Sue, in August, so that's the 26th. I think it's the last one. Hang on, maybe not.
25th, 25th.
Your 25th, we have Dr. Laura Dennison. I've already booked her in. She would have loved to have done today, but she had other things booked up, so she couldn't. So I booked her in. Right. So my August guests are all organised and planned. And at least you can't do much if they don't respond. But anyway, guys, I'm going to love and leave you there. Give us all an early mark today. Thank you for helping. I know Rusty can't always unmute because she's not where she can always do that. So she loves to listen. That's all right. And I know she's had a few issues with trouble with sleeping, and I know she loves the OsteoFX. And she actually has that all on its own. She doesn't add anything to her. She loves it. I'm not so keen on it by itself. But anyway, like you said, Sue, you have found that something, the 2.5.
2.5.
Yeah, because we can only get the 2.0 Tangy down here. But that's what I was saying earlier, is because we have a variety of different combinations, it's easy, okay, that may not work as well for you. Try something else. But if you give it a good length of time, Doc always recommends 90 days for it to fully get to function. But at least a good 30 days is a start. And we then work on something else. Are you doing the health evaluation, the certified holistic health coaching course, Sue?
Yes, I just started it a few days ago.
Well, if you hurry up.
I want to learn for myself, right? I'm happy to meet with people and share with them, but because of the fibromyalgia and the Hashimoto's, I just am like a sponge absorbing any opportunity to learn. So I did just sign up for that. Yes.
Yeah. It is. I started out saying that. To me, it made a difference, and I've got a few of my clients who have signed up to do it, not to run a business. They don't want to do it as a business, just so they can learn better for themselves, and particularly if they're on the other side of the world and they can get products that I can't. So I can't recommend certain products because I've not had an opportunity to try them myself to see what they even taste like. So I say, hey, why don't you do this course for no other reason but for your own benefit of learning a different way. Particularly if they're trying to get off drugs.
Yes.
The pharmaceutical system is not designed to make you well. It's designed to keep you sick so that you keep on buying. And they don't get to the root cause. It covers up.
Yes.
And fibromyalgia, it has a root cause. People shouldn't have to suffer with it all their life because a doctor says, oh, well, nothing we can do. Just live with it.
Right.
When I found a way. And hopefully, Sue, it will help you as well. So, but anyway, all right. And I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will because your attitude's right. And I think our mental attitude has to be right too, because there are some people who could get well but choose not to because they identify with that illness and they don't know how to identify with wellness. Does that make any sense? So, well, I'm a diabetic, so they will do nothing.
Complete sense, Bronie.
Sorry?
Complete sense, Bronie.
Yeah.
A lot of people are fear takes people out. Fear of getting well takes people out. And they drop out.
How are people going to? I only identify with being sick.
Yeah,
I don't know how to identify with being well, and it's a sad fact that. And because I have a lot of people who reach out to me, can you help me with this? Can you help me with this? But when it comes to the crunch, they don't want to do anything about it because.
I've had that too. I've had that.
But
I'll do anything.
I've always had this. Well, you don't have to always have that. You can recover. You can. at least, even if you don't fully recover from something, it's more manageable and you can actually start living again.
Yeah.
Well, that's how I look at it.
People are strange creatures, really. What
We
comes
are.
out of their mouth is not, it's what they do that counts, not what comes out of their mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Anyway,
victim-
I love living, and I actually feel healthier at 65 than I did when I was 25. And raising
Same
my own
here.
children. Here I'm raising a granddaughter. So, but anyway. All right.
All right.
Well, we will leave it there today, nice and short and sweet, so you can all get an early mark. So as I ask you all nicely here in Bronie's world, just stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends. And when you are getting a good night's sleep, it makes all the difference in the world. And then you too will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all. Catch you again tomorrow here in Bronie's world.
Thanks, Bronie. Catch you next